I'm gonna be real honest here, y'all. I wasn't gonna do this video. I wasn't gonna wade off in this water. I wasn't gonna get caught up in these weeds. But there's something I need to say. We fixing to get shady. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Shady. You're in the zone. Greetings to you from the beautiful Colorado Rocky Mountains, where it is a balmy 30 degrees outside right now. Look, y'all, it's like I was saying, I wasn't going to do this video. There's been enough said on it. Excuse me. There's been enough said on this over the past week. Well, since Trump's speech Tuesday night, there's been enough said on this. I didn't think anything else needed to be said about it. And then I caught something, and it's something that I want to share with you. But before I do, I just I want to go to the the main news story of Trump's speech. And that was this young man right here, Mr. DJ Daniels, 13 years old. He's been fighting brain cancer for 6 years. He's had six surgeries. And I think this meme says it better than I could probably ever say it. When you can't even stand and excuse me, cheer for a courageous boy who's fought cancer for 6 years, you've lost your soul. And folks, I truly believe that the Democratic Party in this country has lost, they lost the election, then they lost their mind. Now they have lost their very, very souls. You see, DJ wasn't the only person. All right. Lake and Riley's mom and sister were there. And Trump had them in as special guests because he wanted to announce publicly that he'd signed the Lake and Riley Act to honor them and to honor the memory of their daughter who was killed by an illegal alien. And what did the Democrats do? They sat on their damn hands. There was a mother there of a 12-year-old girl who was kidnapped, beaten, raped, and brutally murdered under a bridge by two illegal aliens. There was a Border Patrol officer there who saved his partner's life when they were fired upon doing their job. He was a man of color. Trump wanted to honor him. The Democrats, not a peep. They sat on their hands. There was a young man there whose dad and granddad had both served in the military. He wanted nothing else in his life but to join the military and go to West Point. Trump brought him there as a special guest to let him know that he'd been accepted into West Point. Not a peep out of the Democrats. They sat there. They didn't clap. They didn't cheer. They didn't stand. They had their little church fans, their little paddles with their stupid little signs on them. And that's all they did, except get up and leave or create a disturbance at the very beginning of it to the point to where you got to be escorted out. You fail every single bit of decorum in the place and have to be escorted out. And you represent people. You are in the legislative branch of our government. And you create such a disturbance that you have to be escorted out of the room. You know, for years and years and years, the liberals, the progressives, they've stood up on their pulpits and they've talked down to you and me, to conservatives, to libertarians. They've said that we're ignorant. They've said that we're uneducated. They've called us deplorables. They've called us pieces of garbage, homophobic, claustrophobic, whatever word that they could think of, they've called us. And then when a 12-year-old young black man who wants nothing more in his life but to be a police officer is sworn in, appointed as a special agent for the Secret Service, they sit on their hands. Where's your diversity at? Hmm? Where's all this inclusion that you're talking about? Where are these equal rights? Where are all these great moral things that you have put yourself up on that pedestal and told us that you were the country's moral compass? Where is all that? I'd really like to know, because you made fools of yourselves in front of the entire world. You showed the entire world what you were, what you're about. And it's nothing but a bunch of show. It's nothing but a bunch of lies. It's nothing but a bunch of tricks, smoke and mirrors. You're pulling the wool over people's eyes. And I think probably one of the most despicable things that I saw was Nicole Wallace on MSNBC. And I'm going to run this tape. I'm going to run this video. This is actually a snippet off of Megyn Kelly's Twitter, I think. But it is the best portion of the video that I could find. And I want you guys to pay close attention to what she says and then what she says at the very end. All right. And once again, this has been done to death, but there's a lot of people that miss something that I'm going to show you at the very end of her little tirade that she does.
Fact that Trump has slashed cancer research. I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol.
You know, if she'd have just stopped, when she wished him a long life being a police officer, if she'd have just stopped right there, she'd have been fine. But no, she has to go up. She has to tie this 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy. She has to tie this child's life into her political agenda
Against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Okay. It's like I said, y'all, if she'd have just stopped at that one point, she would have been fine. But no, she has to tie this back into Orange Man bad, to Trump's evil, to all that stuff. She has to do that. But did you notice? Did you notice what she said? She said, and I'm going to paraphrase this right now, but she basically said that she hoped that DJ would never grow up to be a police officer that has to defend the Capitol against Trump supporters. That she really hopes, and this was the kicker, that she really hopes that he doesn't end up like one of those 6 people that committed suicide. Did you get that part? Did you get that part of her speech? She just admitted, MSNBC through her just admitted, no Capitol Police, no police officers, no staff were killed at the Capitol that day. For years and years now, all we have heard out of these lunatics is that, oh, people were beaten, oh, people died. The only person that died on January the 6th was Ashley Babbitt. And she was killed by some rogue, renegade Capitol Police officer that needs to be in prison. But if you weren't listening very closely, you wouldn't have caught that. Because people have let their anger, and justified anger at that, over what she said. But people have let their anger cloud what their eyes are seeing, what their ears are hearing. Okay? And like I said, if she'd have stopped at that one point, she would have been fine. But I want to know something. And I think I may have already asked this. Where's all of your DEI now? Where's all your equality at now? Where's your compassion? You say you're proud that you're an American. You say that you support this country. But you can't even stand up and applaud these people for the losses that they've endured, for the struggles that they've went through. I failed to mention the guy who has raised 40 foster children, given them a loving, nurturing home. I failed to mention him, and I'm sorry, I should have done that. But where's all of your compassion, Democrats? Where's all your love and understanding, progressives? You lost it because you have sold your soul to a political idea, to a political party that is lost. The Democrats, the liberals, the progressives, they're lost. They have no message. They have no solutions. All they have is this: propaganda, hate, and division. That's all. Look, y'all, I got another one that I'm working on. I was actually going to combine it with this one, but I didn't think that would fit very well. So be looking. I may go live with it. I'm not sure. I've got some news that I want to pass on to y'all. Until then, y'all know the spiel. Take care of each other and yourselves. God bless you, everyone. And hey, y'all stay shady.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. And these shields, boys!